points. A win for Pat Healey Jr. He will be in the all-exempt field for next year.
Roll up there, roll up there. That is
It'll be interesting to see, Dave Ryan, if Ryan-Shafer was watching, to see if Ryan-Shafer makes the big move in. I don't think that Jeff Lizzie was ever far enough left the last match. Ryan-Shafer's made a ball change. Let's see where he's playing on the lanes.
On TV, folks, it's all about adjustments. Good start. Apparently very observant was Ryan-Shafer. He is the 4th bowler on tour this year to appear in back-to-back shows. As we check in with a Baby Ruth Real Deal matchup.
Averages almost identical, but here's the thing. When it comes down to crunch time and you need to throw a strike, Pat Healey Jr. does it 2/3 of the time.
Mika Koivuniemi, Mike Scroggins, Danny Wiseman, and now Shafer have appeared in back-to-back. Scroggins the only one to make 3 straight TV appearances.
Oh.
That was high off the release and a 6-pin up. But as we mentioned, no one's won back-to-back. Maybe it changes today.
That ball never got far enough right, and it's because he's either not far enough left with his feet and his target to allow the ball to push right, or he just got it in, meaning left of target.
Covers the 6 and has his mark. But Healey has been blistering the rack time and time again in his semifinal match. Knocked off Jeff Lizzie. Looking for his first career win on TV against Shafer. He's averaged just under 208 in his 2 appearances.
hit.
Wow, what a beautiful look from that camera angle. Thank you, Scott Katz, our director, for that beautiful shot. And this is just perfection. You see the drift to the left, the hand rotate around the side, the perfect balance, how steady his head is, and that ball is dead flush perfect. Scotty, that was awesome. Made the show in Toledo, bowled for the show in Philly, missed the spare last week. That cost him the show. This week, 1 win away from a title.
He has been on fire without question. Lane 47 here. That is high. 7 down.
Bad.
In case you're interested, to begin the year, 56th in Omaha, 42nd in Kansas City, and 66th in Chicago.
This looks soft to me. Dell says maybe it was a bit left, but in any event, he didn't like it. You heard him say bad, bad, bad. We saw both players' balls on the left lane, overhook. See what kind of adjustments they make.
Trying to increase the multi-pin number. He'll do that. Nice pickup.
That's like a double.
You heard Pat Healey Jr. say that's like a double because that's how tough this spare is to make. And the reason why he lofts the ball so far on this spare is to get it to go to the right and have it hold its line. One of the things Pat Healey's been working really hard on is controlling loft.
Shafer with a big answer of his own. Ryan, want to make sure he has a special shout out to his roommate, Eugene McCune, who during our Long Island event was hurt, Randy, just stretching his knee out while he was competing. When sitting down at the time, tore it up pretty badly. Couldn't even move, right? He had to be left taken out by an ambulance.
Yeah, they couldn't get an MRI done because there's too much swelling. Doesn't really know what the problem is.
Wow.
Wish you well, Eugene. Come on.
7-pin, hoping for a break, doesn't get it.
Well, he moved left to get the ball to push down the lane, but then it didn't recover down the lane. So he's going to have to make it recover now with his hand, with his release. Ball just comes in a pinch light, doesn't get the good break by tripping the 7 out. We saw him do it last week where he actually manipulated the ball at release to get the ball to drive into the pocket.
Ryan-Shafer, after winning in Albany last week, drove home to Elmira in his home center at Rossi Lanes. He's an assistant coach for the Elmira Free Academy Blue Devil High School team. Helped them out. They were happy to see a victory. Now who takes home Jr. by 7. Both are in the Dexter Tournament of Champions in a couple of weeks in Uncasville, Connecticut. Shafer has the exemption ready for next year. Healey Jr. wants to join him. That's the way you do it.
Pat Healey Jr. is getting the ball to not only feed to the right and get back, but to stop right in front of the 1-3 pocket.
Patrick told us he will remember that moment, getting back to the Michael Fagan story, as long as he bowls. It was that difficult. See the numbers. He's been outstanding.
Oh, stay there.
Wanted that to hold on. Looked like it might drift a touch high, but it stays exactly where Patrick Healey Jr. needed. In the 5th.
Right about there, Patrick Healey says stay there. It does. Huge break trip in the 4, and that's a big double.
Shafer's down 17, 5th frame for Ryan. Pretty solid 10-pin.
40 feet down the lane.
There's Bob Cassis, the AMF district manager. Thanks to Bob for his assistance this week. Do your job. That's what Patrick Healey's telling himself. Trying to stay focused. 18-pin lead now. And Shafer picks up the mark. Healey solidly in the driver's seat, however.
You think I was Robert Smith or something?
Ryan referencing the fact that he got that 10-pin to come out of the pit. It'll be removed. Right now, Ryan-Shafer needs to strike, get things going.
As in all the power Robert Smith has. Sometimes can knock the wood a little bit loose. Looked to touch light there. His wife Michelle watching closely. Both went to Horseheads High School near Elmira and Elmira Heights. Hometown, as we found out, of Tommy Hilfiger.
Tommy Hilfiger.
How about
I
that?
couldn't believe it. Shelley told us that earlier. I was like in shock. My next question was, hey, can you work on a discount for us?
Ryan's mom, Vicky, also was there from Elmira in Albany. Latham, that's where we were last week when Ryan took home the title.
Wow. 16 pounds versus, I don't know, 3 pound, 6, 7 ounce wood. No chance when there's only one.